Should be going.
Who's watching the old MLB The Show promotional videos? Fucking
So, did anybody tweet it out yet? Holy fuck. Oh my god.
Watch the old MLB The Show promotional videos. Watch the old MLB The Show promotional videos.
PlayStation.
Oh, I asked, you guys know those baseball's better t-shirts?
I think that's mine. I think I need to close the YouTube.
Hello?
I think we're live.
We're live. Hey, everybody.
What's up?
Hi.
Did you tweet this out, CJ?
I did.
All right.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
All right.
Next time, Ryan will be bringing us in with some baseball comedy.
Yeah, I'll probably do like a weekend update for baseball.
I'm super excited about that.
We had two guests lined up today, but they both bailed, so I invited Randy Johnson, Hall of Fame bobblehead, just released yesterday, to join us on the show today. Very nice.
While we're waiting, Ryan, you should give a little shameless plug to your comedy, man. Tell them what you were doing over the weekend.
That's true. Yeah, so I did a stand-up show in New York over the weekend at Broadway Comedy Club, and I'm going to be back Labor Day weekend, Saturday night, and you all should come out and watch. It's $10. So, I didn't put it. My mom has the video, and she hasn't put that shit online yet, though.
And didn't I see a video of your stand-up on your YouTube page?
Yeah, that one's pretty old, though.
Oh, snap. I didn't know you had that on there. I'm going to have to check that out.
Nah, I made it private once I realized people were watching it when they were watching like my MLB videos. I just have it on there to show my family. I would put the newer stuff on there because it's actually decent. But once my mom gets it uploaded, actually I'm gonna text her right now. That's stupid hard.
Whose TV is rolling?
Probably mine, hang on.
Wait for everybody to get in the chats, finding out if we have any technical difficulties.
Everything looks good. I think this is going to be an exciting week to talk about baseball and MLB 15, the show. This should be good.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. All right. So, trying a bunch of new things today. Hopefully everybody found their way to the broadcast. If you're watching this, you found us somewhere. And hopefully it's on our new walkingoff.org page. If you are having any trouble viewing the broadcast, click on the YouTube link that we just tweeted out, and you should be able to watch and chat from the YouTube site no matter what.
I already see one comment in our questions and comments from Alex. It says whacking off season 1 episode, whatever. Can't see what episode it says.
Method Man, I got one for you. Jonathan Richmond on YouTube says, "Nice job on the 24-hour stream. How are you feeling, man?"
Yay, Method Man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I am extremely tired. I only got like 2 hours of sleep because I couldn't fall asleep, and then I had to get a haircut like halfway through the day because for whatever reason I thought it would be a good idea to schedule a haircut in the middle of the day after the fact of already
You're playing
scheduling
all
a
sorts of
stream.
games. With MLB The Show, and what else?
Rocket League, FIFA, and Last of Us. So,
I watched you play some FIFA. You're pretty good.
yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm rusty though. I haven't been playing it nearly as much as I used to. I used to be a lot better, but I was playing alright yesterday, so that was good.
So we're trying and call in guests later. So if you were on our Skype list, counted some people to call into the show, we will get to you guys in probably about a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. But what was the finest moment from the 24-hour stream?
The finest moment. There were a lot of good moments, but my very last game I played of MLB at like 6:45 in the morning, I was down 4-1 in the top of the ninth and came back from with I think I had like 2 outs too and scored 3 runs, tied it up, and then I had a guy on base and Aroldis Chapman up, and I was debating whether or not to leave Chapman in and make sure that I can have him pitching in the bottom of the ninth, and I ended up leaving him in, and he gets the base hit to take the lead, and I won the game 5-4. It was pretty awesome. But I mean, everybody being there was awesome. It was a great time, man. There was a lot of great moments.
Hold on, Alex. Probably the best thing to do is go to MilwaukeeOff.org and chat on Twitch. Seems to be more streamlined that way.
I'm having trouble understanding what Ryan's saying. Ryan sounds really muffled to me. Is that just me through my headphones?
I can understand them.
Should I get my headphones?
I can hear you all
I can
right.
hear them.
I guess it's just me, man.
I think it's the beer.
Yep. Isaac Shutt, yeah, we saw Matt Holliday just got hurt again. Derek's not happy.
Ooh.
Yeah, Derek actually just mentioned something about that a couple minutes ago too.
Yeah, I said I don't know, it looked like it was worse, but I don't think it's as bad. Because he started walking off. Looked like it might have been a tore hamstring or something at first, but
Hashtag walking off.
we'll see. It's not a big deal because we have like 6 outfielders right now. So we have Jay, Borges, then we just called Prescotti up, so I don't know. It sucked to lose him though.
Yeah. Well, it's still the best team in baseball with or without him.
Yeah, yep.
Same with Wainwright, with or without him.
Yep, that is true.
Now, Matt, who just said nice new layout, that's all Outside Sliders doing. He did a great job.
Thank you, Matt. I hope it works. It's our test round tonight. If you're watching on mobile through YouTube, definitely check out walkingoff.org on a computer or tablet at some point. There's a lot more stuff you can do there, and we'll probably be adding some other features to that page as we keep growing. So, hope it's working. Let us know if it doesn't work. I'm sure you guys will. We want to do some trivia, so let's do some swag trivia. The winner of this question gets to pick out the swag of their choice, and the rest of us have to be ourselves. Which of the following players... Oop, I gotta do this first. Okay. Which of the following players currently has the most stolen bases this season?
Billy Hamilton.
Dude, good choice.
But it's multiple choice.
Billy Hamilton is not on the list.
What? Really?
I mean, he's leading it, but out of these four,
How do we answer this? We just yell it out?
It's B.
Let's go with Derek. What do you think?
Well, I really don't know. Maybe Pollock. I don't really pay attention to stolen bases.
Sauce?
Yeah, I believe Pollock was third among all outfielders earlier when I did the All-Star break prediction, so I think it's B.
Ryan?
Yeah, I was looking at it today. It's Pollock.
Everybody is voting for Pollock. What do you guys think in the chat? Throw them in there. Matt?
Go against the grain.
A's rule said Billy Burns. Um, let's see. Well, yeah, everybody said Pollock. Fuck it, I'll say Lorenzo Kane, but I'm sure it's probably Pollock.
It is
Sauce
AJ
knows best.
Pollock.
I was randomly looking at some places today. I don't remember why.
AJ Pollock. So whoever said AJ Pollock gets to pick out their swag.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
You get to pick out your monocle or beard or whatever.
Oh man, this is tough.
Sauce, if you miss any of these questions, I'm gonna have to seriously discredit your YouTube videos.
Arr.
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 Meow.
Nice. Good guesses. Anybody in the chat get it right? I am What's Toja 5. Got it right. Good job, buddy. Alright, so we had the Hall of Fame stuff. Did you guys, anybody watch the Hall of Fame ceremony?
I did
No.
No.
Nobody did?
No, I saw highlights.
I haven't even. When was it? Today?
It was Sunday, I believe.
Oh no.
I was working. Not that that's a good excuse. I watch stuff all the time at work.
I saw DeGrom versus Greinke on Sunday, and it was awesome.
In person?
Yeah, at City.
Well, I thought we could talk about next year's Hall of Fame. So these are the guys that didn't get in this year. Some of the guys. Those are the guys that are going to be returning who received at least 5%. And then there were also the PED guys who at least received 5% who are eligible again.
So none of those guys. I've also heard people, I don't know if this was on the radio, but I heard people accuse Bagwell of possibly being on PEDs, but I don't know. I'd say Schilling probably has a good chance.
These were just the guys that have been proven guilty or tested positive.
Yeah.
But I've heard that about Bagwell also.
Which
And then
kinda
there's the first ballot guys, which is a quieter class than
a lot of
this.
Angels and Cardinals in there.
Yep, a lot of Angels and Cardinals. But so these guys are probably first ballot Hall of Famers. Trevor Hoffman played for the Marlins, the Padres, and the Brewers. He was actually a converted shortstop out
Doing a
of
circle
college.
change right there.
Yeah. University of Arizona. Trevor Hoffman was the first player to record 500 and 600 saves. He was the all-time saves leader until 2011, 7-time All-Star, 9 seasons with 40 or more saves, highest strikeout rate of any reliever, and he's now a special assistant to the Padres. So I put him on there as a featured because if he doesn't get in on the first ballot, then I'm going to lose a lot of faith in what's left of the sports writers that are voting. Any thoughts on Hoffman, anybody?
He'll get in.
Hoffman for sure.
Yeah, he was a beast. He was unstoppable.
He should have been talked about more. I mean, he should have got like a similar going out, such as Rivera did. One of the best closers.
He just played for such a smaller market than like Rivera.
Yeah, and he's played on different teams. So
Yeah. Rivera played for the biggest team in like the biggest time of the team in such a long time, and was always there.
Hoffman, I say for sure Hoffman.
I thought it was interesting that he was a converted shortstop. I mean, he was a pretty good shortstop and learned how to throw everything besides the fastball once he got to the pro level. Which you never hear about. Yeah.
So I know like later in his career he wasn't throwing very hard. It was this nasty changeup.
Yeah.
He finished second place in the Cy Young voting 2 times, which is really hard to do as a closer, as you guys know.
Eric Gagne won it one year.
Yeah.
He was juiced up though.
So then there's Matt's favorite. Griffey also will be eligible next year. Mariners, Reds, White Sox, 13-time All-Star, 630 bombs, sixth most in MLB history, 10-time Gold Glover in center field. He finished his career batting .284, just under 2,800 hits, and more than 1,800 RBIs. Again, is there any debate about Griffey getting in?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, dude.
No.
He was such a loved player too. Like
Yeah, he's clean, and his name alone's gonna he'll get in.
and he would have had a good chance to break the home run record too and stuff if he stayed healthy throughout those years with the Reds and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
But
So, do you have a favorite Griffey moment, Matt? Since he's your favorite, thought I'd ask you.
no.
No.
All right, good deal.
No, I'm not sure right now, man. I'm tired.
Fair enough.
I just saw the highlight of Griffey and his dad homering in the same game not too long ago on ESPN for some reason. That was cool.
I do remember that.
I remember he hit his 500th home run off the Cardinals, and I think it was off Matt Morris. I remember watching that game on I think it was a Sunday afternoon. I don't know, for some reason I remember that.
You on MLB TV, they have the 1995 ALDS against the Yankees, Mariners versus Yankees, which was an amazing series. And Griffey and Edgar, that was kind of the Mariners' year. Everybody kind of thought they had the magic. That they had that last-minute postseason run. Got in, made it all the way to the ALCS, and got put out by Cleveland, was it? I think it was Cleveland.
Yeah, 95, because that's when Cleveland and the Braves played in the World Series.
Yeah, okay. But that, I think it was Game 3. I think that's the one that's on MLB TV of the Mariners winning it, and I think it was the 10th inning off Edgar's double off the wall. Griffey rounded all the way from first and scored the winning run. Awesome game.
I remember when the Mariners were good once. It's been so long, man. It's starting to really suck. Even when they have like really good teams on paper, they just can't perform.
They'll be back.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the money now to buy a good team.
Every year they always sign like somebody huge, and then they'd never pan out for them the way that you would expect them to. Like they had Beltre, and Beltre was never that great for them. And now they got Cano, and Cano's not doing that great for him. Just never.
Cruz is
never
doing well, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Cruz is true, yeah.
It's really weird. It's really weird. Maybe it's just not a comfortable setting to play in up in Seattle. I have no idea. That is kind of weird.
It's a great park. Nice, really nice Safeco field. All right, so our next poll is on our Google Plus page. It's also on the walkingoff.org page. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom below the Twitch chat, you can vote on whether DHs should be given equal consideration for entrance into the Hall of Fame. Next week we'll talk a little bit more about that after we get all the results in. By the way, Albert won the last poll we had for who was going to end up with more bombs at the end of the year. Albert or Trout. Albert won it with like 80% of the vote or something.
Wow, really? That's a lot of faith in Albertson. Thank you.
It's incredible to have two of the leading home run hitters on the same team. Like that's got to be like seriously tough for any pitcher when they're facing that team to think about.
That lineup is really top heavy though. I don't know. I look at it and I'm not really like blown away. If you look at like I don't know who's batting 5 through 9 for him, but I know David Freese at one point was batting cleanup for him. So, and now he's hurt. I don't know. I mean, they're doing better than I thought they would this year though.
Not as bad as the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are really 3-hole heavy with Josh Goldsmith.
Oh yeah.
Not to change the subject, but I thought it'd be interesting to say that Tulowitzki just got an RBI double in the 6th inning for the Blue Jays. Did Tulowitzki get traded?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Damn, what?
That's what I heard.
No way.
Mind blown. No, man. Yeah, he just got an RBI double for the Toronto Blue Jays. And a standing ovation from the crowd as well.
I still don't think they'll make the playoffs.
They don't have any pitching.
Yeah, they need another pitcher.
Their offense was already good, so they went from being like the best offense to being still the best offense.
Yeah, they upgraded Reyes with Tulowitzki. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Both
It might
teams
help.
need pitching, and that didn't help them at all.
He might help a little bit defensively, but I don't really even know if he's that much of an upgrade defensively.
Reyes made a lot of errors lately this year and last year.
Yeah, I was not huge on that Reyes signing a
Oh,
few years
shit.
ago.
Carl dude said that Tulowitzki got a dinger also in the second inning.
Yeah, I thought Sauce said he got a home run earlier.
Yeah, he hit a home run in his
That
first
must have been
at
while I was away for a minute.
So you
What's
guys
up?
know how Tulo's been broken like half his career. How do you think he's going to handle the turf? Big deal or overhyped?
I don't think it's a big deal.
I mean, I could see them using him as a DH at times too, if necessary. But yeah, I don't think it's that serious myself either.
He's a pro. He's been around too long.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Turf is generally harder on the back more than anything, and Tulo's back is actually held up. So
Yeah, I was gonna say what's has he been getting injured the most on his body?
Legs, right?
Yeah, ankle, I think. Right? Maybe somebody in the chat can help us out. Rocky.
I don't know specifically.
I know it is his legs and maybe his shoulder. I feel like shoulder. I could be wrong though.
We'll get Stefania Bell on here next episode.
So real quick, AL East, who's gonna take it? Go in order. Matt.
Yeah, am I? Oh, okay. Yankees.
Ryan.
I mean, the more I want to say it's not going to be the Yankees, the more the other teams suck. So I guess I have to go with the Yankees. Like I think they'll fall apart, but I don't know. Like I keep expecting the Orioles to make a turn. I guess the Orioles have won 4 in a row, so we'll see. I thought it was the Orioles to lose, but I guess I'm going with the Yankees.
Sauce.
Yeah, I think the Blue Jays are going to make a run. I don't know if they're just going to catch up. It's really a question to me if A-Rod, stays in his form, stays healthy, and also if guys like Didi Gregorius all of a sudden learn how to hit. If Pineda, Tanaka, if those guys stay strong, they've got a hell of a back end bullpen. I think they've got the best bullpen in the AL East, so that's going to help them from a pitching perspective when they're going up against the Orioles, the Blue Jays and Red Sox at the end of the year.
Derek.
I'd have to go with the Yankees too, but I wouldn't. I think a lot of people are counting out the Rays, and I really like their pitching, so I wouldn't count them out. But I'd still go with the Yankees just because they have a pretty decent lead already. I think the Orioles have been a little bit fluky the past few years, and I think it'll catch up with them. But I don't know. We'll see. Buck Showalter's done a good job so far with them.
When it comes to the Rays, who's their best hitter, though?
Their best hitter?
Yeah.
Chris Archer.
Chris Archer. I don't know. I think Longoria is kind of overrated.
What's
So I wouldn't-
Kiermaier?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe. I don't know. Steven Souza, Kiermaier.
Yes,
I think that's their problem. Their offense is just so far behind the other in the AL East.
But I mean, pretty much every team in the AL East has some, huge.
Oh, they have
weakness.
flaws. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And mostly it's pitching, where the Rays have actual
I think
pitching.
the Rays are kind of the opposite of everyone else.
Yeah, they belong in the NL East.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. I'd like to add. I could see the Blue Jays making a run and doing something, but they need to trade one of their mini hitters and get some type of pitching, or even 2 of them and get some pitching. Like
they got 2 to do it.
Something else about the Blue Jays. They're really right-handed heavy. I don't really like that. I mean, it's not stopping them from scoring runs. They're still hitting really well, but need that pitching. That's something they don't really have.
R.A. Dickey's their ace, I think.
Yeah, they don't have any strikeout guys, and I don't even know how Aaron Sanchez is doing this year.
He's in the bullpen.
They've moved him back to the bullpen, or
Yeah, and then Asuna's closing right now.
yeah,
Who's unproven. So that's the thing. You look at bullpens in the AL East, it could come down to that. You got Betances and Miller with the Yankees, and then Aaron Sanchez and Osuna with the Blue Jays. Like they'll have to score 10 runs every game. They're gonna have to.
yeah.
So basically, I think what we've come to is that whoever does win the AL East is probably not going to make it too much further than that.
Agreed.
Anything can happen. I think once they make the playoffs.
No, Derek. No, that's it.
No. Yeah. Nobody said the Red Sox.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They are terrible. But let's change the subject. Let's go to Twitter question. This one is from Matt, Matt Man, who's in the chat right now, actually. Thanks for sending it in, Matt Man.
How do you send in questions, CJ?
How what?
How do you send in questions?
Oh yeah, use the hashtag walking off. Or you can post something to our Google Plus page.
Best MLB player.
Best MLB player and team in history. And obviously this one is going to be opinion-based because nobody can prove or disprove any player being or team being the greatest. But Matt Man had a good question here. I thought it would be a good one to sort of discuss. So I'll give you guys a second. I don't know. I was thinking, like, I hate to say it, but the Yankees have had some pretty good teams. The '98 Yankees team was pretty fierce. And also the Big Red Machine came to my mind from
Yeah, they came to my mind.
1976. Big Red Machine had Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Pete Rose.
They didn't really have
on
much
that
pitching,
team.
but dominant offense.
I feel like it's gonna be hard to beat like the New York Yankees murderers row from like the 20s.
I was gonna say they've had so many good teams and like all those great players from way back when.
So
this seems hard to really debate that. But
what about in our lifetime, maybe?
I'd say, well, Seattle had the best record one year, but I don't know. I saw some good Cardinal teams in the early 2000s. I think Seattle had the best record, though.
Yeah, they won 115 games, I think, that year. I know it was right around there. That was so much fun to watch them, man. And that was Ichiro, man. Ichiro was so sick. I loved watching Ichiro at that time. Just came into the league and just took it by storm, man. Everybody, like even everybody from other teams and everything, just loved him. Like his up to the whole thing of his old batting ritual with his doing the freaking putting the bat out and standing there for 5 seconds and then throwing rockets to get people out at third base. Like Ichiro is just a beast.
I really like the besides the Cardinals, I really like the early 2000. I think it was 2002 A's maybe. They won 20 games in a row at one point. They had Miguel Tejada, Tim Hudson, Mark Mulder, Barry Zito.
I remember that.
Yeah, they were so deep. Eric Chavez. Yeah.
I'm looking in the chat. We got a nomination for 2004 Red Sox, the band of idiots. I actually had that one on my list, and the 1927 Yankees, like Ryan was talking about.
Yeah, daily grinds.
So many Yankee teams.
Yeah.
2015 Phillies. That's pretty good.
I think the best player we've ever seen that we know isn't juicing is probably Mike Trout. I think in our lifetime, personally. Barry Bonds would have been up there, McGuire, Sosa, but we know what they were up to.
Did you say, Tips?
Trout, but then of our lifetime, I feel like Mike Trout's probably the best baseball player we've seen.
I'll throw in Pedro Martinez too.
Yeah, it's hard to pick one because pitchers and hitters are so different.
Totally different skill set.
Yeah, actually, with all the Hall of Fame induction stuff, like you just look at their stats, and you got to remember they were in that steroid era, and it's just incredible to think what they'd be doing now.
Yeah. 61 Yankees. I don't know if we said that one.
Could you imagine?
Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris.
It'd be cool if MLB The Show added it where like you can play with, not necessarily have them on Diamond Dynasty, but like have like exhibition games and stuff where you can have like entire Legends teams and stuff from like the entire Yankees Legends team and Red Sox, all that stuff. That'd be sweet.
NBA 2K has that. It's fun. Like, and then like maybe they could do a collection for the entire old historic team, and then you get the best player for whatever that team is. Like,
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
yeah, that'd be
I'd
fun.
love to play with like a historic Yankee team.
Just playing with old, not like necessarily the legends, but play with just any historic players that were,
Yeah.
there's a lot of good ones out there that weren't really like Hall of Famers.
But I mean, with how long it takes to do an upgrade, that might never happen.
I'm telling you the
Plan for that in 2025.
yeah. I mean, the community, they should really get the community more involved because the community makes some really great historic rosters. I don't know what their deal is. Maybe it's licensing issues.
I'm sure that has to have something to do with it.
Hey,
Yeah,
breaking news. Carlos Gomez just traded. Is this for real? Or are you guys trolling us in the chat here?
We're definitely.
Well, Carl dude said it. I don't think he would be making
Oh,
it.
yeah, Carl, you're right, man. The Mets just traded Wheeler for Carlos Gomez. Damn apples.
That's big stuff, man.
You heard it here first, folks.
So, Lagares is. Where are they going to play Lagares at? He's moving to left.
Lagares hasn't played in a hot minute.
Well, the Dyer's been hurt, hasn't he? So they needed an outfielder.
So, you said Lagares is hurt?
No,
No.
he
Dyer.
Oh.
I bet Gomez is going to go to right. That's my guess.
I think
Lagares.
Gomez. They're both really good center fielders. Yeah, they probably will go right.
Lagares is amazing, though.
He can't throw right now though because his shoulder's fucked up. That's why he hasn't been hitting, so he just hasn't played.
The Mets are no joke, man. They're taking a page out of the Royals book. It seems like.
Yeah, they're going hard right now.
That's cool though, man. There's so many teams that just unload their players at this time of year, and it's good to see teams that aren't even necessarily a lock to get in to try to at least do something to make a push for the playoffs, keep their fans excited and everything.
I was gonna ask, what do you guys think of like the wild card spots? Like when they first introduced them, do you guys like it, or do you like? As a Cardinals fan, I don't really like it because most of the time, we're winning our division, and we get to play these damn wild card teams that like won 86 games, 88 games, whatever. What do you guys think?
I feel like it's good for baseball. Gives the postseason a little bit more of a energy burst at the end, and it also makes parity in the leagues more valuable. I feel like. I mean, anybody kind of has a chance to get in now. Which
it's definitely good for baseball. It's just, I don't know.
I like it. I mean, it gives that whole Cinderella story of like the team that nobody expects to win, especially if they win the first round. People start gathering behind them, and then it becomes like a whole thing where get some serious momentum, and then they start believing in themselves.
I think the one game wild card thing is so stupid, though. I wouldn't mind if they did like a best of 3 or something, but I think the one game that is so fluky.
I absolutely agree with that.
I don't like
at least 3 games.
I think before it was fine with just like the one wild card, and they play just the best of 5 with whoever the top seed was or whatever. But I don't know.
I think before they get rid of any of that, they're going to do away with the All-Star game counting for anything.
That doesn't make any damn sense either.
So what do you think? They should go back to the way it used to be when it was the team or the league from the year before that won the World Series would get home team? That
or whoever which team has the highest winning percentage or something, that league should have the advantage. So that way, if you're the best team in baseball, like the Cardinals or whoever, then the NL will get home field advantage, and that's what the Cardinals are looking forward to in the World Series.
Or they could go by head-to-head, if they played each other in interleague.
Or always reseed it kind of.
Yeah, or hell, I'd rather see total record like in interleague play between like NLAL, like whoever won more games.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Or whoever wins.
But you could be playing the weakest division, and that's all random. It's not an even playing field. Like it's not an even schedule.
Yeah, I think it'd be I don't think it'd be a perfect solution, but I think it'd be a better solution than what we currently have. Didn't make any sense, but it was a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
So we got a question in the chat about that then, Softs, maybe that you can answer this one. What do you think that's going to mean for market value on Gomez or Seaver or anybody on the Mets?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think Carlos Gomez's value will go up a little, but remember, he's not going to be the highest in the set. It'll still be Matt Harvey. Harvey's still the 93 diamond. Gomez, I forget, he's around a 91 or a 90 right now. Let me look it up. But
Maybe
yeah,
he might have dropped to 90, 89.
Yeah,
I think he's in 89 right now.
Yeah, he dropped a bit. So again, Harvey is still the guy you're going to need for that collection more than Gomez. But Gomez will take some value, sure. He's going for 10,000 right now, which is up a bit. In the last few days, he was down to about 8,000.
Interesting. I like Carlos Gomez. He plays hard, and he looks like he has a fun time playing the game. It's fun to watch.
I like to use him in the game as well. He's a well-rounded player, and good hitter, good speed, good fielding, decent arm.
I think a couple of years ago,
Good stuff.
he was an MVP candidate with Kutch. He just didn't get the publicity Kutch got because his defense was so good in center.
I've got his player card up here if you want to look at it on Daddy Leagues here. So we got 76 contact versus righties, 50 versus lefties. Not great power, but yeah, when it comes to fielding, 88, the speed is at 97, stealing at 98. Very solid.
I love watching him swing. We played the Brewers so much, and he was just a weird leadoff man. He would swing out of his shoes like the very first pitch every game.
He can let the bat fly too.
Yeah.
Gets away from him.
And he somehow still had a respectable on base. So he's a fun player to watch.
I didn't realize he had that high of speed and stealing. 98. Wow. Cool. All right, let's go to the next one. If you could build a big three for your team, who would it be? One catcher, one infielder, one outfielder? I guess we'll go with modern day players. We can kind of do this one together because we might not have time to think about. I'm sure we'll miss somebody, but go ahead in the chat if you're watching us live. Go ahead in the chat, throw down what you'd pick. I'm gonna try and just go quick. I'm gonna go Trout in the outfield, and maybe Dustin Pedroia in the infield, and Posey as a catcher. Anybody else can chime in.
What's this for? Like real baseball, like for real GMs, or if they're starting?
That's the way I'm taking it. Let's just I don't know. Let's do both. I don't know if you've got a different big three for your MLB The Show team. Let's hear that too.
I guess for a real team, just to be a little different, I'd go Bryce Harper, Miguel Cabrera, and Buster Posey.
Yeah. Cabrera. Yeah. It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, he just continually, one of the two, I don't know. Just always does good. It's incredible.
I'm still taking Mike Stanton or Giancarlo Stanton, Trout, of course, and then Chris Bryant, I think, is going to be the future face of this game in the next generation or so, too.
I was going to consider that. So you're not having a catcher?
Yeah, who's your catcher?
Stan's playing catcher.
Oh, so I got to do catcher. I didn't read the question. Schwarber with the Cubs.
Closet Cubs fan over here. All right.
I'm not a Cubs fan. They just have a great farm system.
Okay, well, I'd go with Trout, then I'd go with Goldie, and then I'd go with Posey, I guess.
So we all picked Posey?
Yeah.
Not me.
Ryan, what's yours?
I just think Posey's going to be a first baseman in like another year or two, don't you?
Yeah.
So I just don't see him as a future.
I'm just trying to think of some other catchers.
Besides Molina. Yeah.
Molina's going to retire in a year or two.
No, he's not. Get out.
Stephen Vogt? Nah.
He's 30,
That's
actually.
not a bad one.
Steven Drew for all three.
If you would have asked me this last year, I would have said Lou Corey, maybe.
Lou Corey's a good one.
And I would have probably said Mesoraco too, but apparently he had a fluke season or something last year.
Yeah, I don't think you can project very far for catchers these days. Look at Joe Mauer. Imagine trying
that's
to
kind of why you want to go off defense because that's going to be consistent. But I mean, Posey's proven every year he can hit. So
How about Devin Mesoraco? Nobody?
I wonder.
I just said him. He had a fluky year last year.
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Oh,
I
yeah, my
wonder
bad.
who MK Mizzou in the chat's favorite team is. He picked Lorenzo Cain, Donaldson, and Salvador Perez.
Dude, I bet he voted on the All-Star ballot like 9,000 times.
Surprised he didn't go Infante.
Yeah, no joke. Thanks for the question.
Good question. Use hashtag walking off.
Hashtag walking on. Let's go to the next one. This is a good one. I like this question. Should players that are injured be put on some sort of DL for Diamond Dynasty like they are in real life? Thanks for sending that in, Keith. I know you're a supporter of the show. I'm sure you're watching right now, or you will on YouTube. So thanks a lot for the support. And what do you guys think about that?
I think it's an interesting idea, and for more than just the point of them not being able to play, I think it would give some serious sway to how the market works and what their prices would be at different times and stuff like that. I think it would make an interesting concept, and you'd have to really use your head a lot more for getting players and when you're going to get players and stuff like that. If somebody gets hurt and then their price just will drop so much real quickly, then you can pick them up and hold on to them for a little while.
I think the problem you might run into is a guy like Wainwright or Yu Darvish. Then no one would ever get to use him all year in Diamond Dynasty.
Yeah.
You know, with the roster updates, guys are moved down to the minors. So I wonder.
We wouldn't be able to use
Diamond Dynasty minor league team, then that you have to start building a farm system almost.
I would rather see them actually have injuries built into DD. I know it's on the game, but it happens very rarely. And then maybe you have a player that's out for 10 games, you know, or like the durability rating actually means something. That would be kind of cool. I mean, I don't think I'd really be a fan of the injuries, although it would add, like the real life injuries, although they would add something, like you said, to the marketplace. But I'd rather see some actual injuries in the game. But then you might have douchebags that bean you on purpose to try to injure your players if they're losing.
That's probably part of the reason as well. Maybe they make it where if you get hit by pitches or something, your chance of getting hurt isn't as good.
Yeah, maybe it just happens randomly on the field or something. Or if you try to dive, that'd be cool because you got a lot of people that spam that, especially those dive tags.
Yeah.
There's
nothing worse when you hit a line drive up the middle and it hits the pitcher in the fucking face and he just brushes it off and throws it to first like nothing happened.
I was telling Ryan one day I want them to add the appropriate sound effect if they're going to leave that animation in there. I want them to add the head buster sound or something.
Like the curve stuff.
A lot of guys in the Twitch chat say absolutely not. They don't want to see their favorite player hit the DL, and then they can't use them. Carl Dude said that. A few others.
So maybe if they nerfed him, essentially, if they made him go on a forced cold streak or something.
See, that's the one mindset I don't really agree with. Everyone just kind of wants the best team possible out there, and I don't know. That's why I don't think it'll ever change. I think it'll be like this next year and the year after. I don't think there'll ever be a budget or salary, or we'll have restrictions or whatever.
And that sucks too because I just started doing my pack only team and I've had more fun doing that than
it's more fun, isn't it?
My other team in a long time.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun to limit yourself to certain players, certain cards.
Definitely. I would like to see that too, but I think you're right, Derek. I mean, they kind of distilled Diamond Dynasty down to a lot more of a basic mode this year.
Yeah.
And that would add a whole other complicating factor. I would like it, but the casual gamer, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, let me ask the guys in the chat and you guys as well. When did you have the most fun at Diamond Dynasty? Like, when was it? The first week? Is it now, since post patch?
Definitely not the first week because I blue screened every other game.
That stuff was annoying, but as far as building the team, I don't know. It was a lot more exciting to me, even though we had to deal with that. I don't know. The team management was a lot more fun.
I've really enjoyed this past week when I started making my alternate team. And
oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing that.
Okay.
Just because it's all. I mean, granted, I got a little lucky with my MLB partnership with the packs, so I got to get a pretty good team pretty quickly. But it made it nice.
Yeah, and that's kind of what rejuvenated it for me, doing these other teams, and I'm sure
Yeah.
VT guessed. How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel? Are you having a lot more fun on your other accounts? I don't know how many you have, but
Yeah, I just have two. They're both kind of the same at this point. I was thinking about doing the Yankees, doing like a Yankees team.
yeah, it's fun.
I might do that this weekend actually.
So Derek just built an all-time Angels team. If you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you stop by his stream. I think we got most of the former Angels players. At least, I mean, didn't we? I mean, did you get anybody else to that team yet?
I think we got everything, and I appreciate your help again. You really took your time out of your day to do that. I appreciate that, and that was a lot of fun. Making those new uniforms and all of it. The whole process to me, I love the gameplay. I love playing online. I love the head-to-head competition, but I think a lot of people are missing out the point of Diamond Dynasty, and they just want the best team built for them on paper and hand it to them on a silver platter. Here you go. So I don't know.
How are you doing with that team? Are you having a better time?
I think I've only lost one game. I about got no hit, but I'm hitting a lot better overall with the team. It's a lot of fun. Using players like Pujols and of course Trout, but then I got a Carew that I made Vlad. Then I got Nolan Ryan. It's just a lot of fun.
Who'd you end up with at catcher?
I had to put Vlad there.
Oh.
I had to. I couldn't go with Vianetta.
Vlad the catcher.
Yep.
I still remember like watching highlights on SportsCenter when the ball would bounce off the ground like before it hit home plate and he'd hit the ball. He was a fucking maniac, dude.
He was fun to watch.
His strike zone was the biggest strike zone in the world.
He crushed in the celeb game too.
I didn't see it.
Oh, did he? I didn't even watch.
All right, we have one more tweet question, then we're going to try to take some phone calls. We're going to try to take some phone calls. So if you talk to me in the past couple of weeks about Skyping in, get ready. So let's do this one. Now, I don't know how much the developers pay attention to defensive stuff, but Sauce, you want to start us out on this one?
Yeah, I think it should be. We've talked about a few Cardinals in this stream, but Colton Wong comes to mind as I looked at him in the game. His defensive attributes are pretty low, and Derek, how good is he at defense for the Cardinals in real life?
How is it in real life, you said?
Yeah, how's Wong in real life?
He's like sometimes he'll make tremendous plays. Sometimes he'll just mess up on routine, but I would say he's above average defensively. I'm not sure. What is his defense at? Like 50, 60?
Yeah, it's in the 67 fielding, and then 50 and 60s in the arm strength. He's got a 77 reaction, but I think he's pretty underrated for the game. It will be very
tremendous play this year. Yeah, like he's got a lot of range, but every now and then he'll just mess up on a routine play. And Peralta's kind of the opposite. And neither one of those guys they've touched. Peralta, they haven't touched his defense the past 2 years.
I remember looking at Kevin Kiermaier of the Rays, one of the best defensive center fielders out there, and he's not as good in the game. I think that's one of those guys too that should have a stat correction go up much higher.
I thought they upgraded his defense. Or am I crazy? If they did, anyways, it's not. They don't do it very often. And then like a player like Robinson Cano, he's like the best defensive second baseman, and he's not even that good defensively anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped a little toss to him on a fielder's choice at second base the other day. I was watching.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, doesn't
And then, yeah.
I thought it was funny. Scooby-Doo said the big one, LOL, because we're all wondering when the big one's ever actually going to happen.
Yeah, we don't know about the big one, but they should look at everything. If they are really going to do the whole overall roster upgrade, don't just look at contact and power. Make sure we're seeing everything, including speed, including fielding. That would be the fair way to go about it.
So, Tip, at what point should we start being nervous that it's not going to happen?
Next few weeks.
The day we stop getting updates. I mean, we've had updates pretty continuously for the last 3 weeks about. They say it's coming. They say, we promise we're going to have something. They told me. They told guys here in the chat. So what I worry about is the interest is going to wane too much to the point where other games are going to come out or the season just gets too far along. And it was too bad because All-Star break always creates so much excitement, so much with the home run derby, with everything else. And then now we're 2 weeks, 3 weeks go by, and we still don't have the big one, which could have really capitalized around the All-Star break and really almost reinvigorated the season, like Matt was saying. Like, it's cool to start over. You may implode your team and go after different guys because of the new updates or new roster changes, and we're still waiting.
And in the past, they've usually stopped doing the updates right when the playoffs start. So
yeah, we're not talking about much longer between this huge update and that.
Yeah, about 2 months. I'd say if it don't happen within the next few weeks, I don't think it's going to happen. So we're looking at MLB 16.
And the worst thing about it is they said look for a big update around the All-Star break. And if you're going to say that, make sure it's done. Like, you had all the time in the world to do it. Because that was like a month before. It can't be that long. I mean...
Yeah, it was like the only hint they dropped about the updates in that Twitch stream they had, and it hasn't happened, so it's been really... That on top of that, I mean, that just made it that much more disappointing.
Maybe he wasn't supposed to say anything when he said that, and then like after the stream was over, they're like, "You fucking idiot."
The only thing they kind of hinted towards is that they were a little late with their MLB stats data dump, which I'm not sure what that involves and how that impacts the game and the attributes. But they had some issues, technical issues. That's understandable when you're dealing with this. You want to get it right. And I know that what they do is they upload their rosters every week, and then they go through a few days of testing to make sure it all works. So they don't want to put out something inferior, so I respect that. But it's been a long time since this.
It's really no excuse. I mean, they could have one of us do it, and we could get that shit done in a day. That's not that hard. Look at the damn stats. Upgrade the players. It's not that difficult. It's really no excuse.
We could do it for free. We should throw that out there. We can do it right here on the show.
Community on Operation Sports. I guarantee you they would do it. I don't know.
We'll ask the people in the chat to help us.
So I gotta say, since we were talking about the whole fielding upgrades and everything, everybody and their mother always asks, when is Jock Peterson going to Gold? And I tried to explain and shed some light on why. Sauce, would you like to explain why that's probably not ever gonna happen?
I'll tell you. I asked the developers this exact question, actually, and said, what about Jock Peterson? We've seen him make some web gems. And there was a combination response of he's a rookie, doesn't have a track record, isn't one of the better elite defenders out there. He doesn't steal bases, so he doesn't have a lot of speed. So when we're talking about his overall, he may not be gold this year. And frankly, he's been struggling really bad lately on the hitting side of things. So he could even have a contact downgrade.
And that's something I'd actually agree with him on that, because I don't think he is. I don't really think he deserves an upgrade just because you make a web gem or two.
Right. And I would say the only thing I'll say too is that the developers said that those web gems and that reactive kind of culture, it only makes it harder on them to justify where these guys are because everyone's so quick to want to see the upgrade, whether it be with like NBA 2K or the MUT Ultimate Team kind of stuff.
Yep.
I don't blame them, but this is the way that MLB 15 the show has decided to go about doing it. So at least they're sticking to their guns about it. Whether you agree with it or not is a whole other subject. And Jock Peterson, I got to remind you, though, when it comes to his overall, don't pay so much attention to that. He has 90 power versus righties. Yeah. Mike Trout is in the low 80s. No one comes close to him in center field when it comes to power, so you are getting a special player. He just may not be the best fielder and have the greatest overall.
Yeah,
good.
The algorithm is different for center field, so he's not a higher overall. It doesn't matter, though.
Yeah, they weight defense and speed more in contact.
Yeah, people will start understanding.
I feel like anybody that thinks as webcams should be the basis, or no, what the fuck am I saying? Webgems. I'm tired, guys. Webgems should be the basis for their fielding upgrades going up is just ridiculous. They're all professional MLB baseball players. They should all be able to make good fielding plays. Granted, some of them aren't that good in the field, but I mean, as a professional baseball player, you should be able to make plays to become a web gem, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to evaluate defense, especially if you're not watching the team every game. So now we have defensive metrics that help a lot, but I mean, you just can't go off web gems. It's just, I don't know, it's not accurate at all.
Yeah.
This is just an aside, but you all should follow Brandon McCarthy on Twitter because he's funny as hell. And he just tweeted, when you're in the middle of trade rumors, it's miserable, but for the rest of us, it's fun as hell. And then his wife tweeted back at him, define fun.
Last year, he had a tweet that he tweeted to MLB The Show of us. Actually, it was a vine of him getting drilled in the face by a pin. And he said, I'm all for realism, MLB The Show, but damn. I mean, it's hilarious. He is really funny. All right, so let's take some Skype calls. You guys can keep chatting while we're waiting. But, Will, if you're out there, go ahead and give us a call. Cash, hold up until we take Will's call, and then as soon as Will's done, Cash, hopefully you can call in and join us, and then we'll finish out the show. Again, thanks to everybody who's showed up for the chat and the live broadcast today. If you're on mobile, be sure to check out walkingoff.org at some point on a computer so you can get the full features of our podcast, pod show, whatever this is. And anything else anybody wants to say while we're waiting for calls?
I got a question here on Twitter from Bradley Rules, who's one of my mods as well. But says, do you think the Pirates have a chance to make the World Series? Derek, why don't you answer that question first?
The Pirates making the World Series?
Yes.
Does he? What was the question?
Do you think the Pirates will make it to the World Series?
No.
I figured I'd ask you first since you're a Cardinals fan.
No. I mean, they could. But I don't think they will.
Garrett Cole and Larry Liriano in a 5-game series.
I don't. Say again?
Garrett Cole and Liriano. I guess they're all 7 games now, but still.
Well, the first round's best of 5. I mean, I hate predicting that type of thing because anything can happen, and I don't really think this year's Cardinals team is that good. So I mean, the Pirates probably would be pretty good if they get past the wild card round. Yeah, really huge favorites for sure.
About to put you on.
I think the Pirates are one of the most well-rounded teams in the league this year, as far as like everything, batting, fielding, pitching, speed on base. Like they've got a very solid team.
Yeah. I mean, they have bigger names in the rotation, but the Cardinals, nothing's really came close to the Cardinals pitching this year. If you look at the numbers, I mean, they allowed a lot fewer runs, but I mean,
right.
I think their lineup's better, a little bit more balanced than ours.
So do you guys think that branching off that the Aramis Ramirez trade will be any significant impact for their team?
I like the trade because Josh Harrison's hurt right now, right? So they needed somebody, and
out for a while.
I think they're playing in that Korean over there.
He better be Korean.
I think that's a good pickup, and I remember him playing there about 10 years ago or so, or whatever, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid move overall.
I think someone said he got traded back the same day that he was traded away, if I recall correctly. They said it in my chat, something like that. I can't remember. I think that was it.
Let's go to Will. Will, can you hear us? Yeah. Can you guys hear Will?
Is this Will the Thrill?
Yeah, what up, man?
Can you hear us,
What's
Will?
going on, man?
Hello.
He's there. Will, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to, is it possible to talk about, 2 things?
Sure.
Alright, so, one with, MLB, the game. Yeah, so, I was playing a game today earlier, and this guy, as you know, the bunchies and everything, and, I just feel like the reaction time for the catcher, I don't know if you guys spoke on this, but, the reaction time of the catcher is so slow. You can have, alright, so I have Yogi Berra catching, and he uses bunting, and I have, bunt defense, and he caught back up. I eventually won in, the bottom, the top of the 10th, but, yeah, I just felt like it was annoying. So if you guys want to speak on that, I don't know if you've spoken it before.
Yeah, we have a little bit, and we're going to do a full-on cheese episode, I think, at some point, where we kind of talk about all the cheese in the game, and Derek hopefully can give us some ways to combat that, and maybe Ryan and Matt can too. but
I would love to.
I'm sure you guys would. Yeah. Who
It's
wants
not
to?
very hard to be most of the stuff, except for stealing. Stealing's impossible.
Yeah. Who?
Exactly. Yeah, that too, man. That too. Like the third base, the second, man. I just feel like everyone's talking about MLB. I mean, everybody's tweeting at them, and I know like that's a third party thing on Twitter, but I feel like they just don't react to the community as they should. Like 2K, they have like accounts, like their community managers. They manage the community and stuff. I just feel like MLB does like a really shitty job of chatting with the community.
They do. Yeah, you're right.
They do it. See, MLB focuses their community, like their community developers focus more on like OS for whatever reason. I always see them over there. But as far as Twitter goes, those guys don't do shit on Twitter. It's
I feel like they should have like at least like one, like Ramon. Does he have one? Do you think he has a Twitter account?
He has. I asked him. I'm like, hey, can I send you some stuff on Twitter? And he's like, oh, I don't really use it. I get too much on there or something. So it's a short answer. No.
Yeah.
They don't even control their own Twitter page.
Yeah,
It's controlled by a third party.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no collaboration.
So yeah.
Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, I just feel like they should have like a Twitter handle or something that we could all go to where we just like tweeted our ideas. I mean, not saying that 2K is doing a good job with it, but at least they have like someone you can talk to on Twitter and stuff without because all MLB the show Twitter page does. They just like tweet out like promotional things and stuff, so it's not really anybody you could go to except you guys. And I think you guys are doing a tremendous job with this show. That's why I'm always in here supporting it. Like you guys are the best.
Thanks a lot. Well, yeah, you've tweeted in some questions too, so
Yeah,
thanks
I
a lot.
I don't feel like they react to them.
You're the man, Will.
Yeah.
Everybody, why don't you drop your Twitter handle on us so everybody can follow you, man. What's your Twitter handle?
Oh, my Twitter handle is @Will _ the God. Regular Will _ the God. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I just think it's funny to try to like figure out how to type. Like we should have it typed out somehow or something so that people can see it.
Yeah.
@Will the God.
We'll work on that part. We should have something to show the viewers who's calling. Good question, Will. Does anybody else have anything to add about that bunt cheese specifically? Or
Well,
set your defense before the game. Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And then it's just not that hard.
Okay.
I feel like if you set it to the third base play drag, I feel like that's a little bit better than a bunt defense because sometimes the first baseman won't get back in time to cover the bag. So yeah, try to do that. I mean, yeah, that shit's annoying though. They need to fix it.
Corners in too. Corners in is not in the quick menu, I don't think. But if you go to the full defensive positioning option after hitting start, corners in is really good if you're trying to slush a bunt and turn it into a double play. Will Clark.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
yeah, now you guys are talking. I don't want to cut you guys off,
No, go ahead, man. Yeah, you're good.
All right. So yeah, like I feel like, but it wasn't the thing that annoyed me the most is that it wasn't like he had the most speediest guys. Like it was like people like George Brett getting on after. It was just terrible because like he popped up. So it's like this kind of like gameplay mechanic that when like he popped, like it's a pop up like close to like the catcher. Shallow pop up and like the catcher takes the longest to get to the ball.
Yeah, he's just saying the catcher reaction is too slow. See, in the past, the catcher reaction was too damn fast. So this year they kind of reversed that, and they try to compensate for that. And yeah, it's fucking annoying, man.
They were definitely.
Hopefully they'll fix it again next year. I'd rather have ninja catchers than having George Brett beat out bunts.
Like the MLB streams, like I viewed into all like the streams that they do, like when they showcase in the game. They talked about like they said that they like fixed the reaction time of the fielders, and I don't think they really like did that in a sense because like I still feel like the outfielders take so long to throw the ball. Like plays are predetermined. I think some of the plays.
I think some of the shit that really pisses me off is when they hit a line drive right at like shortstop or second, and the guy goes to catch it, and the ball just goes like right past him. It's like, what the?
Yeah, he olays
when
it.
did that ever happen? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
there's a lot of animation. I mean, you got to take into consideration too the whole thing with just the fact that there's lag between you and your opponents, so that causes a lot of that too, I think, and it sucks. But
it'd be cool if there was more more user input on defense, and it actually took a lot more skill to play defense and reaction. But
Exactly.
I think at the same time that'd be really hard to implement.
I think
So
it would be extremely difficult. I think.
yeah,
But what they did add this year is, remember, Will, did you play the game last year?
Yeah, I played like since since Dustin Pedroia 09.
Okay,
Played since then. Yeah.
so did you notice how the outfielders especially don't take a direct path to the ball now? Where they used to run in a straight line.
Exactly. Yeah, they claimed because they like went into the game and they fixed it to where like they take like a little outside route to it.
Yeah.
Sort of like that. They don't take a direct. Yeah, they said that they changed it towards. I don't know. I don't really like it though.
So was that hard for you to get used to? Because it took me a bunch of games to get used to that.
Yeah, definitely from the show 14 to going all the way to this game. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like if you were
the outfield.
of course, there's gonna be a difference. Yeah.
Yep. Anybody else on that topic? I think we're good. What else did you have, man?
Well, I wanted to talk about the Mets trade that just went down. As you all know, well, if you didn't, I'm a Mets fan, so we got Cargo. I mean, well, not Cargo, but Carlos Gomez back. I kind of like the trade that went down. I feel like we got rid of Wilmer Flores.
Yeah.
Went into like a cold slump, so I'm happy we got him. But I kind of wish that they like traded away Lagares because he's also been cold too. Going to get much playing time since Kirk Neuenhuis is already starting over him, and with Carlos Gomez here, I just feel like there's not much of space for him in that outfield.
Thoughts, guys?
They probably Lagares has just been hurt. I think they're gonna wait for him to get back because he was doing pretty decently, and then it was either his wrist or his shoulder, and then he went downhill really fast. So I think they'll probably give him a chance to get back to his form because if he hits at all, he's one of the best center fielders in baseball. Defensively, sorry.
Yeah, fielding wise, yeah. But yeah, I heard like reports of him being hurt, but I wasn't really true. Like I was looking at like blogs on like MLB trade rumors, and they were saying that he was hurt.
Did the call cut out?
No, I think CJ's muted.
So you gotta unmute him. You can't like.
Hold on. Will, my bad, dude. We're on mute.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys hear him now?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it, Will. Go ahead.
All right, so yeah, what I was saying is that yeah, you can actually see him in the field. He doesn't look happy playing center field at all right now. But I was just looking at stuff, and they were saying that he was hurt, but I didn't really know anything really about it like that. So I didn't really know.
You like Kadire on that squad?
See, I mean, when Kadire's at his best and his knee is not in the way, he could be like one of the best hitting corner outfielders like in the game. I know he's not the Kadire from the Twins days, but if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, he's just old age. That's how I feel about it.
Maybe they could move him. I don't know. I don't really watch the Mets very often, but could he play some third base?
Third base? I don't know. I'm not.
I thought he used to play some third.
I'm not sure with his knees and how you need to
Yeah.
It's a hot corner for a reason. So I don't know. Not with his knees. I don't think so.
Is he like 38 or something now?
I thought he was 36.
Yeah, something like that.
He's late 30s.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I just got one question for Will. So the Mets are one game out. Do you think this is what really is going to put them, to be better than the Nats for the NL East, or at least for the wild card?
Wait, this is Saul speaking, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I've been waiting for him. I kind of like your prediction videos and stuff. But speaking of that, wait, what was the question again? Sorry.
I'm so flattered.
It's all right. The trade, does it put them ahead of the Nats now for AL East contender, or guarantee a wild card? What do you think this does? Make a prediction.
And I feel like our commentators, on like the Mets, like SNY, like they've been like kind of aiming low for wild card. But I'm as a Mets fan, I've been waiting for this, and I think we could take them in the NL East. I feel like we have better pitching than them when all of our pitchers are on point. At Syndergaard, he was just dominant yesterday, and Jacob deGrom, he doesn't get as much hype as he should because he's really good. He's been good like this from last year, and like no one really noticed him because he's in like New York.
What about the Rookie of the Year award?
Yeah, and Harvey, he's been rough, but I don't really blame him because our offense has been terrible. He's not really giving up that many runs, but he's just getting the loss because it's like very slim. Our offense is just like inconsistent. So yeah, but I don't really like our 6-man rotation. I feel like Bartolo is coming off, man, as he had a rough outing today. I just like stopped watching the Mets game come on, but yeah, he was roughed up today pretty bad. So I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, Steven Matz,
Bartolo's
I'm
not
hoping
going to
for
be
him to
part of
come
that
back
long term.
strong.
So, Will, real quick, who's your pick to go to the World Series and then win?
World Series and then win. I haven't really thought about it, but KC for AL, they're really strong. You can't, and everybody expected them to fold up since their last World Series run. Everybody thought it was a fluke, but they made it serious that they want to, be on the World Series because they just traded for Cueto. So I feel like they're very serious in that matter. Ned Yost is doing a pretty good job of managing, I feel like. Yeah, and for the NL, I don't know. I mean, of course I'm gonna be a little bit biased, but honestly, if we have our pitching and our offense comes on with Carlos Gomez being acquired, I feel like we could do it. Our starting pitching is just too real.
The Mets have a good team, man. I bet you're excited. You probably waited a long time.
Yes.
People can't even laugh at that either. You get Harvey, deGrom, and if they get like Matz back, that's that's a tough series.
I hope if they make it, they throw Bartolo.
Exactly.
Game 1, Bartolo.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, Derek, say that again.
So I hope if they make it past the wild card, I hope Bartolo starts Game 1.
I hope they let him pinch hit.
Bartolo hitting is like one of the great spectacles in sports.
Here's the wild card standings. We got the division leaders at the top.
I don't know. It's just I guess it's because he's like fat or whatever. But everyone's like amused by him. I see him like people like of like different streams are like Bartolo and his titties. I don't know.
Well, he does, but.
Yeah.
We won't hold that
he does good for his age, and when he backs to everyone like clowns him or whatever. But it's cool.
It's crazy when you look at Bartolo Colon from now and like back in 2000, side by side. That dude was like built like a brick.
Yeah.
Like peak fitness, and now he's just like a big old jelly donut.
I can't believe the Nats are
but
not doing better.
yeah, he has good movement for how old he is. His two-seamer is crazy.
Oh yeah.
He's deadly accurate. He can put that fastball wherever he wants it, and that's why he's so effective.
Yeah, but today he got roughed up. But and another thing, Math, I heard you talking about this before, and like I just faced Hisashi Iwakuma yesterday, and honestly I didn't believe the hype from what you were saying because I have confidence and I can hit anybody in the show. But his splitter is just so hard to pick up when it goes in the dirt. Like I was just swinging and missing. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, he's got a tough release, man. Definitely. He's a good, cheaper pitcher in the game.
I didn't believe the hype, but now I don't know.
He's kind of hit and miss. If you can locate that splitter, then he's going to be tough.
Yeah, but when I was laying off the splitter and the curveball, he just threw the fastball high, and it was just like time. It was totally off. I don't know. I ended up losing that game, as you can tell.
It's all good, man. Get him next time.
Absolutely. Will,
yeah.
you have been an amazing first caller, man. I'm really, really glad that you decided to call in tonight, man. Hopefully you can call in again.
Yeah, I was the first caller? No way.
You are our first official caller, not on
bruh.
So congratulations on that. And everybody go follow Will
on
Twitter.
I love you guys' show, man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Follow
Absolutely.
him on Twitter. He obviously knows a lot about baseball. So hopefully everybody who's in the chat and who's watching this on YouTube can go give Will a thanks for being on the show today. Well, we'll see you on Twitter, man, and see you in the streams, okay?
Thanks, Will. Really appreciate you calling.
All right,
Later,
man.
See you.
Peace out.
Later.
DJ, so outside, Bill, if I pronounced it right, but all right, guys, peace.
What's up?
Peace.
All right, so our first Skype call in the books. Really cool. Will's awesome. We're going to take more of those. Not tonight, probably. It looks like Cash is backed out. I don't know what happened to him. He was going to call on and shoot the shit with us, but looks like he's out of the chat, so I'm not quite sure what we're going to do on that one. But
Show's got to go on.
show's got to go on. That's Sauce's mantra. And speaking of that, anybody else have any business to take care of before we start closing up? Or
Real quick, I saw in the chat people were asking who the better second baseman is, Altuve in the game, Altuve or Cano, and I saw everybody saying Altuve. I personally think Cano is better myself. Besides the fact that he doesn't have the speed to steal bases.
I'd
I
go
was
with
wondering
Cano.
what you guys would say. Derek
I'd
says
go with
Cano.
Cano.
Ryan?
I go with Altuve probably.
Yeah, I like Altuve just because it gives you that speed defense kind of combo, where Cano is another kind of like power hitter that you probably can get power and contact from another position.
But he does have a really high defensive rating as well, though.
Yeah, Cano is a vacuum over there with his overrated defense.
Yeah, he's got like 89 defense, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
A's rule. Oh, never mind. You guys already answered it. I was gonna say he asked to post his Twitter again, but you got it. So.
thanks, Carl, dude. We see you in the chat. And Carl, dude, you got to get on here and guest with us, man. If you don't have a Google Plus account, create one because I'm coming for you soon, buddy. I'm glad you're back. And if you haven't checked out Carl Dude's stream, Carl Dude has an awesome stream. He streams a lot of MLB and some other games too. Definitely check him out. You can find a link to the people who've supported this show, all the different Twitch streamers who supported this show. We have links to all of their streams on our walkingoff.org page. So thank you from all of us to those guys on that list, and you guys have been with us from the beginning, so it means a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yay. One more question to take us out. Oh, next week, everybody, we're going to be breaking down all these trades a little bit more in depth, and talk about who the big winners and the big losers were for the trading season. The trade deadline is Friday at 4 o'clock Eastern time, in case you didn't know. There's always a bunch of moves that happen on the very last day, sometimes right up to the last few minutes.
Cole Hamels.
Yeah, Cole Hamels is still out there and an unknown.
And Cespedes.
Yep. Who else? Who else are we forgetting?
David Price.
Price, Cespedes. Yep. I thought Jose Reyes, like you were saying before.
You think Puig has any chance of getting moved?
They want to get him the hell out of there, so.
Wonder what they'll get for him. That's going to be a really interesting one if that happens.
Well, there's a lot of rumor that Hamels will go to Dodgers. I wonder if they're going to try to make some kind of move.
With Pete.
That'd be
With
funny as hell.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. We'll have a lot to talk about next Tuesday.
MK Mizzou in the chat wants to know if anyone will be streaming after this in the hangout here.
I'm going to chug a beer and then I'm going to go to sleep. I'm so tired.
Same.
Not Method Man.
Not me.
Ryan or Derek.
Nah,
Probably not. I don't know.
I'm being so tired lately. I need more cocaine. Just kidding, I don't do cocaine.
You got a bunch of old men here.
Yeah. I only got 2 hours of sleep today after my 24-hour stream. There's no way I can stream. Actually, I honestly probably could because it's just fucking crazy. And I get a lot of energy from the stream, but nah, I'm going to bed, man. I'm tired.
Your body will thank you for that decision.
Yeah. My back hurts so bad right now, man. I need a massage.
I think Ryan's muted. Let's go to our last question.
I'm muted?
There we go. Now I can hear you. I saw your lips moving, but I heard nothing.
This is my question.
Yep, from our very own Method Man TV. Get a lot of people in my stream asking why we call you Sauce. Care to elaborate? That was directed towards MLB the show _tips, by the way.
Yeah, Sauce is a nickname I got. I like to do a lot of barbecuing, so pit master kind of stuff. I got a grill out back, so I just love barbecue. And so someone once said, "Yeah, whatever you want, Sauce," and I kind of stuck from there. That's all it is. Nothing to do with alcohol, nothing to do with anything else. Just barbecue.
How people get their nicknames are always such funny stories.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool after you answered it. That's a pretty good story.
Yeah,
Have you won any awards for your sauces?
No, I don't. See, I haven't made my own sauce. I got to do that. I definitely love doing ribs. Chicken, did some salmon the other night. It's all good on the grill. You can smoke anything. Food.
That's
Food.
what she said.
Specialty.
Smoke anything.
Do you use charcoal?
Yeah, you use some charcoal, but then you throw some wood in there, hickory, pecan, cherry, apple. It's all good. It's all very good. Low and slow.
You have a favorite type of barbecue sauce?
Well, I'm actually kind of partial to two of them. There's one in upstate New York called Dinosaur Barbecue. I love their sauce. And then down in when I was visiting Eddie Gamboa in North Carolina, I picked up some sauce by Rocky Top. They're a good one, which you'd think would be Tennessee, but they're in North Carolina.
Cool.
Some good vinegar base.
What kind of meat smoker do you have?
It's a ceramic one, so if you've ever seen like a big green egg, it's similar to that. It's a little different. It's called a Primo. It's very good, though. Very good. So if you guys, once you get old enough, or maybe you are, and you got some time, like maybe 5 or 6 hours on a Saturday, that's what you need to do, some good ribs.
I was really... Oh, good.
I was going to say, every time I go back to Syracuse, I get Dinosaur. It's like the best barbecue I've ever had.
Excellent.
I was really open. When you answered the question about what type of meat smoker or best meat smoker, you would say your wife, but didn't.
Method Man. You're so naughty.
I'll just write that off as he's tired.
True. Eric Ibar.
Well, guys,
All right.
we're coming down to it. Next show, like I said, next Tuesday, everybody. Join us in the Hangout. Same website, walkingoff.org. Should get you there. And 8:30, I think, is the time we're shooting for. But follow us on Twitter, and you'll be informed of all the latest updates. And thanks again to Will for calling in.
Thanks, Will.
Ash. But thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. And if anybody wants to say any closing words, go for it. Oh, guess not.
Sure.
Another thing I'll say is about the trade deadline. A lot of people are asking about what it means for collections, like today, Carlos Gomez, Jose Reyes, Donaldson. It just depends if their overall, is above or below the legend. And if they're below the legend, then yeah, they're going to matter. They'll be more expensive. They may take on value, like Johnny Cueto did with the Royals. So we should see a lot of those players switching on Monday, as long as their trades happen on Thursday. Because I think if any trades go down Friday, that may not be factored into Monday's roster update.
Interesting. All right. Well, thanks to everybody once again. And we'll see you next Tuesday. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter and follow these guys in their Twitch streams. And we got Method Man, VT Guest, MLB The Show _tips on Twitter, and Cardinal Bird 5 on Twitter and Twitch. And we will see you next Tuesday. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yourself, though. Outside slider.
Oh, yeah, me too. Outside slider. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.
Woo-hoo!
Bye.
Peace.
Some wind came a-blowing from across the sea. It lingered there, it touched your hair and it walked with me. All summer long, we sang a song and then we strolled that road to say heart sad. The summer wind